if you don't pay yourself, you don't have a business. And profit first, it's not greed, it's structure. Talk about the elephant in the living room, and that is a lot of small business owners don't properly prioritize paying themselves or don't have a system to pay themselves at all. So let's talk about the reasons why this problem might exist. So I think the number one reason that small business owners who might find themselves in this position get in this position is because they're reacting to all the problems that are going on. So it's in their nature. They've been taught and they think that just reacting to every problem that comes across their desk is the right way to run a business. And they couldn't be further from the truth. They have to be more planning minded and they have to be more proactive. That's probably one of the main reasons why they end up in this situation. And that's more of a philosophical thing that stretches into so many other areas of managing and running a business. Another reason is they just don't manage cash flow on a regular cadence. And that goes right back to being reactive and not proactive. Another reason is a lot of owners just put themselves at the very bottom of the list. They don't prioritize themselves. They think, and it's noble and it's cool, and I mean, I've done it too. You put every other person's need in front of your own. That's another issue. And last but not least, there just isn't enough cash flow for the owner. So let's talk about the reasons why an owner might fall into this trap. The number one reason, in my opinion, and it's more of a mindset issue, is that a lot of owners are reactive rather than proactive. And that's not just having to do with your paying yourself, that's having to do with everything. Every little crisis that might come up takes your attention away, and it takes your attention away from your ability to properly plan everything, including your cash flow management and your ability to pay yourself. Which leads me to my second reason, is just improper cash flow management and not establishing a regular cadence to your cash flow and AP management. My third reason why I think owners fall into this trap is you simply don't prioritize yourself. You place yourself at the bottom of the stack of what needs to get paid. And while that might be noble, it's not helping anyone. And last but not least is maybe there just isn't enough cash flow and you're taking the brunt of the pain. Okay, so here's the $1 million question. How can I fix that? Okay, so here are the answers to the $1 million question. The first thing that you need to do is fix your mindset. And when I talk about your mindset with respect to paying yourself, start understanding and telling yourself and repeating to yourself and really knowing in your heart that the revenue of your business is not your money. Revenue is a vanity metric. It does not belong to you. It belongs to your vendors, to your employees, to the IRS, to your landlord, to your insurance company. It belongs to every single person and every single entity that you made a promise to. What's left over after all of those promises is profit. Profit does belong to you. Start repeating that to yourself over and over again until it becomes ingrained in your soul. So a good way to start putting that new mindset into practice is to begin a weekly AP cadence. At PRG, we manage all of our accounts payables on a weekly cadence. Some businesses might require more than twice a week, some less than weekly, maybe bi-monthly, whatever. Choose a cadence and stick with it. It's there you'll learn to be proactive and not reactive. It's also there where you start to practice the philosophy that revenue does not belong to you. Only profit belongs to you. And you can be more proactive with managing your accounts payables on a weekly basis and forecasting and understanding and managing your cash flow much, much better than when you remain in reaction mode. Know your profit margin. Know your profit margin. Okay, another solution is know your profit margin. When you take your top line line revenue and you subtract all of your expenses, whether those are overhead expenses that need to be applied evenly across jobs, or whether it's your cost to deliver the job and just should be allocated to that particular job. At the end of the day, you've got to be able to put those expenditures in the right bucket in real time every single day, so that you as the owner can look at the bottom line of your profit and loss and know with confidence that that number's real. And when you know that number's real, you can extrapolate into your next project, and you can say, gee, when I bill Mrs. Johnson to build her new deck or roof her house or do whatever it is you do, that this amount of money, after I pay for all the labor, all the materials, everything, plus your overhead allocation, what's left after that is something you can use to calculate how much you can pay yourself safely and confidently. And a lot of owners that we work with do not do that. So the lesson is really good, really clear, strong, excellent bookkeeping and an understanding of what those numbers mean. Not a crazy understanding, a basic understanding. Then you can lead your company better, make better decisions, and confidently pay yourself. Okay, so take a little time and reflect on your own business and ask yourself, is your bookkeeping excellent enough to begin to confidently make the decision to pay yourself on a regular cadence? If it is, fantastic, start doing it. If it isn't and you need help, you could always reach out to PRG and we'd be happy to help evaluate your financial management system, including your bookkeeping and your AP management processes. In fact, our weekly AP worksheet that we use every week has a spot at the very top of the list for profit first, or basically owner's pay. It's one of the most important APs that you can commit to every week. Even if it's might seem insignificant at first, it's something that you need to get into the habit and the routine of doing. And if you do, it'll get stronger and stronger over time. So if you can do those things, then eventually you'll start to be able to get one of these bad boys. I was just talking about with excellent bookkeeping leads you to implementing a profit first system. So if you understand your revenue, you understand your costs to deliver the project or your cost of goods sold, and you understand your operating expenses, which is basically your overhead, which you would allocate evenly across your jobs, and it leads you to your profit. When you understand the relationships between those numbers and what percentage each of them are relative to the total revenue, something magical happens. The next time you get a deposit, you know how much of that deposit you can confidently slice off for yourself, or also slice off for the tax man, because when you pay yourself, the tax man has his hand out as well. And we got to take care of the tax man, because if we don't, we get in more trouble. So implementing all of these things that I talked about will help you start correcting that mindset of reaction versus being proactive, and help you confidently establish an amount that you can comfortably begin to pay yourself. And that which gets tracked and that which gets measured can be improved. So even if your company is in a tight spot or tough spot and you can't pay yourself a lot based on all of these refined principles, you'll be able to see where's the leaks in the bucket. How can I make improvements? Maybe it's on your pricing. Maybe your expenses are too high. Maybe you need to make some strategic investments to beef up your company. I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do once you start to see clear financials. And paying yourself is the cornerstone of a good, strong company that understands the totality of their financial situation. So it's a good place to start. If you liked this content or you found it helpful or useful in any way for your business, please like and subscribe to the channel, and you'll get all of the latest video drops that we produce. And also check out our blog and our website at www.packrg.com. Thank you.